Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. I am your host, the Ref, and y'all already know we'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the Scoreboard Keepers. You're around here, we don't keep receipts, we keep the score. So if you want to get on the board, make your point. If it makes sense, we'll add it to the board. If it don't, we won't. Scoreboard Keepers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. I am your host, the Ref, where I keep you up to score on the latest in sports, hip-hop, and hot topics. And y'all already know we got another one on the board. Will Scary Terry sign? Scary Terry. Listen, Washington Commanders, stop playing games when you did all this work during the offseason to get so close after being so close last year. To go up there to knock the number one team off on the road, to come in your offseason and put a bitter taste in one of your best receivers' mouth. Okay? This guy is the guy that's been keeping y'all afloat, man. One of the guys. Okay? We got to give everybody else some credit. But this guy, alongside Deebo Samuels, is better than Deebo Samuels and Brandon Ayuk. I said it. Damn it, I said it. I don't know what he's asking for. All I know is just give it to him. But if you don't, you're going to have a price to pay, man. It's going to be a hell of a price to pay. So we're going to score this thing live because we want to know, and the people want to know, and the Scoreboard Keepers want to know. So we're going to score this thing right now. Let's see what the pundits are saying. Let's see what they're saying out there.
Washington looking for that deal. His quarterback, Jaden Daniels, spoke on the matter earlier today.
I mean, I would talk to Terry like if he was here, just checking up.
Wait a minute. This is coming right from the quarterback. And he said he talked to him today. Now look at that look on his face. Okay? So right now, and no points on the board. We got to hear what the quarterback has to say about this, man, because I mean, if the quarterback's talking to him, he misses him. Okay? He's talking to him. He misses him. He wants him to be signed, and he's keeping him up the breast and up the stroke on everything that's going on. He's keeping him up to speed on everything's going on. And I'm pretty sure Terry's asking about Deebo because they're going to, why Terry is not there, him and Deebo's going to be building a rapport. I mean, who else would he be throwing the ball to at this point? I mean, Deebo Samuels is that guy. He is that guy. And that tandem together, man, oh my goodness. The teams in the NFC better just hope that they don't stumble upon a tight end to add to that. That's a very dangerous mix. And this quarterback right here, this boy is the real deal. Y'all hear what I'm saying to y'all? I'm telling you, he's giving me Super Bowl vibes, man. I'm just telling you. A quarterback like that that's young and as talented as he is, if he stays healthy, I'm talking about multiple Super Bowls. This kid sees things. His vision and his field awareness is amazing. His decision-making, amazing. He's a thinker on his feet, and you got to love that. You can't teach that. That can't be coached. You either have that or you don't. So let's score this thing.
But at the end of the day, that's just a relationship we have on and off the field.
Do you think there's concern in the locker room about the situation, or just it's business in the NFL?
It's just business in NFL. We know Terry's working. We don't really have to worry about him doing any of that. But at the end of the day, he's still one of our brothers.
Oh, it seems like Jaden doesn't think it's that big of a deal that Terry's holding out, but do you?
Yeah, I do, Laura. I think every day missed is detrimental. Look, Jaden Daniels is in his second year in the NFL. I know he's sitting up there, and you look at the guy, and you sit there.
So Lou come right out of his mouth and say it's detrimental. like this is not business in the NFL. You just come right out and you just say is detrimental, like detrimental, as if they don't have the opportunity to give them the money. When you say, I can see if this was Deebo Samuels, and Jaden Daniels didn't have any type of chemistry going with him, and he was holding out, and then he would try to come in mid-season or the beginning of the season and try to step right in, and them just all of a sudden on their way to the Super Bowl. No, the new guy is in camp, building a rapport, and as a matter of fact, Deebo Samuels is going to benefit from this. Him and Jaden Daniels are going to benefit from this. This could be a blessing in disguise, man. This could be a blessing in disguise, because without Terry McLaurin there, Deebo Samuels is getting very well acclimated to Jaden Daniels' style of play. I'm pretty sure it's been a lot of reps they've had thus far. Terry McLaurin, on the other hand, Jaden Daniels has a full season with him. So when he's saying he's business in the NFL, he's not worrying about Terry McLaurin coming back and being this new receiver. No, they come back and pick up right where they left off last year. Right where they left off last year. Only thing Terry McLaurin has to do is be in shape, man, and be ready to go. So Lou, I don't feel you on that, but I'm feeling like, it's a possibility that they're going to find the money to sign him.
You go, has this guy been playing about 8-9 years? Because he just looks so mature and composed and under control.
Mm-hmm.
But he's in his second year, and this is his number one wideout, and he needs the reps with him to continue to grow and become not just a Pro Bowl level player, not just the guy who was knocking on the door of the Super Bowl, but a guy who can be an MVP candidate. They've knocked it out the park with him.
Okay.
Keep his best people around him.
Okay.
Get Terry in there, agree on a contract so they can continue to grow. It's an exciting time in Washington. You don't want to derail that train in any way.
I agree. McLaurin, way too important to that team. Check out this tweet from our commander, John Kime. Seems like all still good at Commanders camp today. Jaden Daniels.
See, Lou, now you ended off perfectly, because me and you both agree. Washington is doing some great things down there, and this is not the time to be playing around with a couple of dollars, man. This is not the time to be playing around with a couple of dollars. This is the time for them to actually push all their chips in, like a few other teams out there in the league right now. But if they want to get a jump on everybody and they want to compete, you don't want to be having problems with this guy, not this guy. Not this guy. This the guy you want. This the guy you want to absolutely make sure he's happy. Especially after his season last year, man. This dude was doing a lot. He was if y'all watched the Washington Commanders last year, this dude was doing a lot with teams paying him special attention. I'm telling you, man, he's a special player. He's not one of those ones where you can sit up there and actually think that this thing can be negotiable. Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders can't move forward without him in the lineup. It's just that simple. Stop playing, get him in there, camp has started, and be on your trek to get to where you got to go, especially making that NFC East a little more competitive than it's been in the last few years. I love to see that NFC East coming back. Love it.
First pass in 11-on-11, dropped an over-the-shoulder dime to Deebo Samuel on a slot fade. Tyler Owens right there, but the throw beat him. So good stuff out of that Commanders offense. All right, another camp story.
Didn't I tell you? Look at that. Look at that. The chemistry he's building with Deebo Samuels right now. I'm just saying. The chemistry is being built right now while Terry's out. And Terry may be thinking the same thing. Terry McLaurin may be thinking the same thing. This is a good time for you and him to build a rapport, so when we come back, we're all on one accord. That's just how it goes, and I can see it working out that way. Let's go. So right now, the scoreboard, men and women lie, numbers don't.
Balls Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Lindsay, what's the latest on Stafford as the Rams camp opens up?
So I'm just saying, if you guys don't think that Terry McLaurin will sign with the Washington Commanders, do you think somebody else would throw him some money out there? I want you guys to leave some comments down below, because I believe that Terry McLaurin is, I would say top 5 receiver in the NFL right now. After last season, I would say he's top 5. If you can give me 2 or 3 better, that pushes him out of the top 5, I would love to hear it. But as far as his impact on his team right now, I can't find any other receivers that can do it. He fits right up in there in the top 5 in the league. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. For him to do what he did with a quarterback that's so young, and for them to build that rapport so early and have that connection so early, I was thoroughly impressed. So the scoreboard says that Terry McLaurin will be signed. Based on the points that was made here off of these reports, the scoreboard says that Terry McLaurin will be signed. Now, when he will be signed is the question. Okay, well, are they willing to go all camp without him being there? I don't think so. I think they'll have Terry McLaurin in there soon and very soon, as long as he's working out and doing the things, because you don't want him coming in there in a camp and trying to press if he gets this money. You don't want him to come in there and try to press. As a matter of fact, I would ease him right on in there. And as a matter of fact, I would tell him, take as much time off as you want, Terry. Just be ready for the regular season and maybe a preseason game. Because you don't want to come in there and try to overdo it right now. You know what I mean? You got Deebo Samuels in there. He's getting all the attention that he needs. And he probably loves that right now, that he's getting some special attention being that one out there, because make no mistake about it, Deebo Samuels is that one right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. The score, 6-1. We think that Washington will sign Terry McLaurin. We don't think that Washington will continue this holdout. If you guys think anything different, make sure you leave your comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you on the next episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. Until then, y'all know our motto around here: Score!